Maths Made Easy. In this episode, I'll be talking about GPA and Cgpa. So at the end of this episode, we'll know how to calculate Cgpa and the difference between GPA and Cgpa. So the full meaning of GPA is grade point average. As you all know, the average of two numbers, 2 and 3, is 2.5. It's nothing much different than this. It's just the average between the points and the grades you've obtained in that particular semester. So that's grade point average. Now when you have a whole lot of semesters, not just one semester, but first semester, the second semester, and other consecutive semesters, you call it the cumulative grade point average. That is Cgpa. Now you understand the difference between the two in a bit. So let's take, for example, we're going to calculate the average for a start, between 3 courses you're taking this semester. Let's say you're taking Maths 111. For demonstrative purpose, I'm going to use just 3 courses, and the course code doesn't matter, so Chem 111 and GNS 111. So this is the course code, is what you can identify the course with, just like physics, chemistry, and biology in secondary school. Now you have the points, the credit units for each course. Let's say Maths has 3 credit units, Chem has 4 credit units, and GNS has 2 credit units. And again, it doesn't have to be the real thing as you're having in school right now. This is just for demonstrative purpose. So this is the credit unit. Each course has its own credit unit before you even register for the course. The department determines the unit for each course, so you don't determine that. Now, after credit units, you would have your grade. Obviously, your GPA is determined after your exams, after your results are out. So you can only have a GPA when you've written the exams and your results are out. So grade is going to reflect on which particular mark you got in each subject. Let's say you got an A in Maths 111, you got a B in Maths, in GNS, in Chem 111, and you got let's say a C or a D at GNS. So here's the tricky part. Each of these grades has its corresponding point. This is for grade and this is point. A, B, C, D, E, and obviously what we all don't want, an F, as you popularly know it as carryover. So each of these grades has a point. This takes 5 points, this 4, this 3, this 2, this 1, and F carries a 0 point. Now I think some semesters back, the university eliminated this particular grade, so don't be surprised if it is not included in your own result. E is not there for some reasons which I would explain later why E was removed. So now, knowing all this, we're going to give the respective point to each grade. So this is point. So this becomes 5. Say it out with me. You can pause the video and say it before me writing it down. This becomes 4 and D is 2. So look very carefully. Grade point average. Now this is how you calculate the average. You're going to take the units and multiply it with the point. So I'm going to copy this quickly. Duplicate. I'm going to put it right here, and I will try to multiply it. So 5 times 3, that's 15. 4 times 4, that's 16. 2 times 2, that's 8. 2 times 2, that's 4. Sorry. So this is the multiplication between your point and units. Now when you sum all this together, 15 plus 16, that's 31, plus 4, you have 35. Summation of what's in this column is 35. Unlike average, or in this example rather, where I added the two average between 2 and 3 and divided by the mean, that's divided by the number of terms. Like if I'm having 5 terms, I'll then divide all those numbers, their sum, by the total number, by n, right? For instance, if I'm having 3 numbers here, I'll then divide, the denominator will now be 3. So in grade point average, the denominator is rather the total units you'll be taking that semester, the total units you registered for in that semester. So what I'm saying is this: your GPA now is equal to the total points you've obtained that semester, that which is determined by your result, over the total credit units you have registered for that semester. Now this will give you your grade point average. Unlike that average, I just did this explanation so that you wouldn't confuse it too. So now we've already compiled the sum to be 35, which is our points, the summation of our points, 15, 16, and 4 for 3 courses. Now our total credit units, we come here and sum up 3 plus 4, that's 7, plus 2, that's 9. So the summation of credit units is now 9. So our what's under here, or rather the denominator, is now going to be 9. So total point is 35 and total credit unit is 9. So 35 divided by 9, quickly, let me just skip to the calculator. It's 3.88. Continuously, so we can run this up to 3.9. So this is your GPA for the semester. Now there's something funny about the GPA. It's categorized into different classes depending on your region and university. Some schools abroad have a 7-point GPA and others have a 5-point GPA, while the rest have a 4-point GPA, which is to say, when everything is divided, like here, all this is over 5. Everything here is over 5. So which means this is a 5-point GPA. You can browse about that, or I'll make a subsequent video explaining what that is. Just make sure you share in your comment down below what you need me to explain next. So having said this is a 5-point GPA, we'll now move on to explaining the types or classes in that GPA we have, in that Cgpa we have. So this is 0 and this is 5. Or having a second thought, so that this video doesn't get so long and extended and boring eventually, I'll leave this for another video. So this is how to calculate GPA. Now coming to second semester, we're going to tweak this a little bit. such that these courses would be Maths 1-1, Chem 1-1, and Genus 1-1.